What up, guys? Steven Christoph here with Gate Drop Productions. This is the first ever podcast show called the Gate Drop Pod Show. We go on the phone with the one and only Ryan Breece, number 71 in 2020 on HEP Suzuki. We get to know everything about his racing career from the start to the finish line. Stay tuned, and I hope you guys enjoy this podcast right now. All right, this is Steven Christoph here with the first ever Gate Drop Pro podcast, and I have a legend, Northwest legend, here on the phone with me. It is Ryan Breece. How are you doing, Ryan?
Hey, what's up, Steven? I'm doing well. And yourself?
I'm doing all right. Just trying to, make new content and, change the way we hear stories and whatnot. I look up the Steve Mathis on Pulp MX, and I'm like, you know what? I think we need another podcast out of, the 70 million podcasts we have going on right now.
Yeah, it's good, though. You can feature in the Northwest and try to bring something and some pretty much media and podcasts like you're trying to do. I saw you were taking pictures and doing that stuff, and looked like that was going really well. And now, you're doing a podcast thing. Why not? You linked up with a good guy. What can I say?
Exactly. And to get hot out of the gate with you being a former German Supercross champion as well as former HEP Suzuki rider, I think we're starting off strong with a whole shot here.
Yeah, man, that was fun. That was a good year. It was. That was a lot of lessons learned there. The bike was good. You know how the Suzuki people were hating and griping about it, but it was good for me, and I gelled with it. And then, yeah, the German Supercross Championship, that was a good little learning experience too. I'm kind of excited to get back going again, and I think we're going to head back over there in November. Just waiting really to see if we can get over there, if we need the vaccine or whatnot. But if the coast is clear, we're going to probably set another sail to go over there.
Exactly. So, for people that don't know, I know everyone who may have read about your journey and whatnot, becoming a factory. Well, would you classify HEP Suzuki as a factory team, somewhat factory?
I don't know. When I rode for them, they weren't factory, so I don't know. I was just a fill-in rider for the HB Suzuki.
Yeah, but a step above the box van, in my opinion. Would you agree to that?
Yeah, they definitely help you. They helped me from picking myself up from a van life privateer-driven motocross kid to more suited racer, I guess I should say. But definitely, it wasn't a factory rig. That's another thing. It's another boundary that it's unaware of, and people don't kind of realize that there is logistics that when you are on a team like that, that's not factory. You do get set with funds that you have to come up with and try to pay for, and not all of it is just a free ride. So so you definitely have to take that in consideration. It's not like a free, you're flying on private jet type of thing. So, but definitely it helps you out in consideration with driving your van to events.
So, just looking back in your career, because I know some people have read on Racer X, it said that you were originally going to go to Boise State as a football player, and then Two Wheels just came into your life. How did that exactly go about, and you just changed pathways to racing dirt bikes for a living?
I'm such a sport kid, and I played football, basketball, tennis, and a couple of. I was a sprinter as well. So I just did a lot of like track and a lot of pretty much different things in motocross. I wasn't just the homeschooled. I wasn't a homeschooled kid. I had to go to school every single day, and that was what we needed to do. And more so, the football thing, I was so driven to go like chase a career there, like go to school and do football as well. And I right at the last second, it just wasn't a good thing. I was starting to get good at racing, and my program was starting to go off the edge. And I finally got a good program with specialty recreation behind me, and it was just like, oh, we're going to go racing instead. So that was a good move, and I don't know, I'm excited where we stand right now. It's been good.
Yeah, I mean, I can arguably say you've had, besides like, obviously Ryan Villapoto and Justin Hill and, the factory guys, I mean, you're right there, like, as, a popular figure in the Northwest, and you've proved that if you put in the hard work, you can get somewhere racing Supercross.
Yeah, I know, I appreciate that. And that's kind of where we look up to those guys. We're trying to be that kind of, that filler person, because there's always got to be a ladder person down the level. So I want to kind of be that guy, and I feel like if I can make an income doing it, why not? So my goal really in these next up-and-coming things is just get these local businesses on board with Ryan Breece Racing, and also I'm going to teach kids on the side, and really just try to get the Ryan Breece Racing. I think I'll just be back to 3-digit numbers in a year and get the program back together. Well, I think my girlfriend and I were moving east and kind of just looking for homes to see what's up and settled, and then we'll get on a program. I can't really dice anything up too much on what I'm going to be doing, but
yeah,
we're definitely just taking this process super slow and using the resources that's been found.
Exactly. So when I was doing research on you, it looks like you did Loretta Lynn's. You got the 250C championship in 2010, and then it was off to the races. You did 250 class here and there, and then your big break, it looks like, you can correct me if I'm wrong, you were on the Rock River Yamaha team as a fill-in, and you ended up just being superb there. Is that correct on like the first big break for like the 450 class?
Yeah, that's pretty much how my career went. I started in arena cross, had to do the road to Supercross with Ricky Carmichael. And then I think there was 3 events. I had to get a point at each event to move on. So we did 3 different events, and I was able to get my points, and then I went right to Supercross. I was hired on by Rockwell Training Facility after my first year of Supercross. And then from then on, we really just been kind of a Supercross, arena cross guy. I went back to arena cross and rode for the Babbitts, and it was kind of just a way of income, and that's really what I was looking for. I knew I wasn't going to be a Supercross man, a top guy, and if you aren't a top guy, you're not making the top dollar. That's for dang sure. So I don't know if you've seen that first payout, but it's not that hot.
Yeah, I
Right.
know Racer X posted it before, and it's just like the top 5 are kind of like the breadwinners, and then the crumbs are like kind of the way down.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know if you ever been to Crumble Cookie, but you would never be able to buy a cookie from that place. So that's kind of what a deal was for me and my girlfriend, and we're like, let's just get racing again. So we're like looking for ways where we can find an income and still race, and we ended up going to the 450 class, and there was a hire on Cycle Trader Rock River for 450. So I ended up taking that ride, and I had my best finish, like 14th. That was my first year in 450.
Oh,
and
really?
yeah, it was my first year in 450, and then became just like I'm just a fill-in rider, really. That's kind of what I am. It's sad that it is that way, but all my career, even in arena cross, it's kind of like I rode for Monster Energy Kawasaki, and it was like I just been a fill-in guy, and I don't mind that. But now it's come to the point where we're working on this in a year advance, so we can get a program together and not have to be a fill-in guy.
Yeah.
Because I think, I put in the results where we don't need to be that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, just to go over your race results. Okay, so your first year in 450 class, I'm just going to run through this for people that haven't researched at all. Like you said, 14th best result in 2019. You did that looks like 3 times 14th was your best result. Anaheim won 20th place, Oakland 18th, Detroit Triple Crown 19th, Indy 22nd, Seattle 20th, Nashville 18th, and then you started clicking away in Denver, East Rutherford, and Vegas 14th, and 52% of main events made. I think that is pretty impressive for, as you said, a fill-in rider that, you literally just got thrown a bike and you still have to do all this stuff on the side. I mean, that's amazing.
Right. The hardest thing I think about the fill-in thing, it kind of stresses me out too when we're getting to go time, like Anaheim 1, or I guess now it's Houston 1, whatever. More so is like I'm changing a bike with 4 days before we're going to go to race. So I was prepping on a Yamaha for I don't know, for 3 months, doing German Supercross Championship, and just wrapped a championship over there, and then getting a fill-in ride. Yeah, it's awesome. It's cool. I get the opportunity, and not taking anything away from that. But having to learn a whole new motorcycle again and going up and competing with these top-level racers is damn near difficult,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you were on a Yamaha before that, but just because it's the same brand doesn't mean it's the same bike.
Right. For sure. And then before, in 2018, I was in, I rode a Kawasaki and Arena Cross all the way before that, so it's just like, there's just so many variables that take up with it. And even like the Suzuki deal, I think I got the call on New Year's Eve that that their rider had been injured and I needed to hop on a flight and ride over there. And I had 2 days to go ride on a Suzuki, and there it was.
Happy New Year. Here's a Suzuki.
Yep. Right. I know, huh? A good surprise, but I don't know. It's cool. It's testing their limits and reaching us to our full potential. That's for sure.
But hey, that Hep Suzuki, you have that natural talent that it looks like it doesn't matter what bike you're on, because even in 2020, you came out swinging a little too hot in the first turn of that heat race, and that Suzuki definitely had some traction there, and it didn't end well.
Right. No, I did. I took a little spill. I think that was a heat race, huh?
Yeah,
no, that was a good one.
Yeah, Plessinger and Reed remember that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm sure of it.
But from there, round 3, 20th, and then the Triple Crowns. I don't know what it is with you, but you're pretty good at Triple Crowns. 16th overall at Glendale, round 4. Round 8, you beat Chad Reed in the third race, and you can take that to the grave because he's retired and not coming back. How do you feel about beating Chad Reed?
Right. No, that was a good little deal there, man. I was super excited, and so was the team. It was just kind of like a confidence booster,
Right, because, I mean, you're going against multi-champions. I mean, Justin Bogle, you got Eli Tomac. What's the pressure like going against, like, all these riders that, like, you watched on TV, and then you're lining up next to Cooper Webb, and you're like, oh, crap.
It's, they have their own pressure as well. So you kind of you got your own little deal. You're just kind of trying to compete as best you can. The track is already as hard as it is, and you're just trying to stay safe on the motorcycle. So for the most part, I would just kind of say, like, you are your own weakness, really, so just trying to stay safe and get out of the race season. Like 17 rounds is a brutal back-to-back-to-back weekend. I think we had Easter off, and then we went to Florida and a few other rounds, and then
and then COVID happened and threw a whole monkey wrench in it.
Right. And there I was scrambling, trying to hit events, hopping on flights from Indianapolis since we couldn't race there. I hopped on a flight to race Montana, borrowed a motorcycle, and kept my racing going. So I told myself that I have to be racing every single weekend in order to pay my bills.
So even with Hep Suzuki, you're in between, like, doing racing and whatnot, like at mom and pop races and whatnot. Like that's nuts.
Yeah. So it's funny you spot that out. So, dude, there was a race, Indianapolis Supercross, and they canceled it Thursday night right when we flew in. We heard about it, and then my girlfriend typed in quickest flights to Montana, and we had found a race that was happening, and it was an arena cross in, I don't know, BFE North up there. So I have a few sponsors actually that were like, you know what, we can get you over here, we can get you a hotel, not even a worries. Like, get your butt over here. It'd be so sweet to see you whoop up on this competition. So we ended up staying Thursday night in Indianapolis at the Airbnb that the team had us there, and then the manager had woke up at 2 in the morning and flew us out at 3:30 to fly to Salt Lake City, and then we ended up racing there Friday and Saturday night, and then we took a flight back to California. No, I think we took a flight back to California, or maybe we drove to California or something like that. I think we drove maybe, and then we heard we were in a break for 3 weeks, and all of a sudden Salt Lake City happened. So we were just kind of like scrambling so much, man, and now it's kind of like been a good recovery. It's not been a blessing. I would never say that with the injury that I've been having right now that I'm trying to go through, but it's definitely making me disciplined and understanding the stages that I'm having to go through and really understanding like the sport of it. You know, that's really the basics.
Yeah. I know it felt weird having Houston 1 happen just because 1, we're not at Anaheim, and 2, I was looking for the number 89 and there was no 89 in qualifying, no 89 in the heat races. I'm like, where is Ryan Breece? And I'm sure like other teams, and I know you've probably been watching, and you're probably just like the Coyote, like, oh my God, I want to go to 250 class right now because I could probably podium this thing on the East Coast.
Yeah, I am
like
chomping at the bit.
salivating, like, oh, I need to get back because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of teams like, I don't know if they're calling you up or not. I hope they are, but they're like, we need a solid rider.
Yes, yeah, you know how it is, man. It's just the sport is so brutal. It takes a lot, you know, and all these riders just getting hurt. So definitely, it's good for me to be regrouping. That's for sure. So I'm just trying to build my body as much as possible, and then I think I'll be taking off here. Gosh, I'm gonna give it like a month or 2.
So are you gonna try to do any of the Supercross, or are you gonna try to do some motocross stuff? Professional wise.
Yeah, more just like motocross stuff. Nothing Supercross. I'm out. We're totally taking it off, so having to regroup.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably easier for the budget for you, and then with all the local stuff that you like to do, I mean, there's plenty of stuff in the Northwest coming up, like Pac West, PRO. I don't know if you're gonna come out to any of those. I know you sometimes show up at Airway.
Right. That's my local track. I love Airway, and they're always good people. So I love it when PRO and Ted can get their buns over there and make their round over there. I always try to come out and say what's up. But you know what? For racing, I'm just gonna say, not racing this year. I'm totally gonna be doing clinics. So, pretty much all you viewers and listeners, like, it's contact me for some schools and clinics. That's what I'm gonna be leading my ways into.
So touch base on your clinics. What do you teach fundamentally for beginner riders all the way up to your skill level, and where do you usually do all your clinics at?
You really hit it on the spot, but I'm dialing in to a few different spots right now. I'm relocating, so I'm having to go at different locations, but in the meanwhile, I'm up here north in Idaho, and I have a track and a couple different tracks that are just nearby my house. That I try to get some people on and get a couple hour sessions in. So I really am teaching the basic fundamentals. Speed can come later. You know what I mean? Like, They always talk about how you can get fast by doing jumps and stuff. And I'm really not worried about that. We're just really working on the basic skills of riding a motorcycle and getting to know the skills and the fundamentals. So all the tools that you need to learn, like the clutch, brake, both braking and also looking to see peripheral vision. That's kind of what we're focusing on and going to be our main concerns for the Ryan Breece Racing Clinics.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to try to get like a couple of days off, and hopefully it'd be cool to come up there and like at least film or get some photographs of you and just hang out and do something cool. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, dude, you know, that's actually cool that you say that because I talked to Ted and Garrett. I do a clinic before some events there that they're going to be happening in the Northwest, and it'll be cool. Maybe I think you'll be at one of those PROs or something like that. You can maybe get there the night before. I'll be doing a class the day before.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely will. I'm sponsoring the series for 2021. I'm taking the step up for Gate Drop, so big things
Nice.
happening on my side as well.
Yeah. Oh, nice job, man. Congrats on that.
Yep, expanding. I've got a photo organizer and just broke 4,000 followers on Facebook today. So, I mean, 10 years of photography and figuring it out that way since I couldn't figure it out on a dirt bike. I mean, got to figure it out somehow, you know?
Yeah, dude. No, there's a bunch of alternatives. That's another way to look at it. So, I mean, it's good. You're just putting in your time. That's the way. Right.
How did you get into doing overseas supercross and all that kind of stuff? Like, how's that go about?
I mean, you really just it's based on your performance. You need to be good to be good. So, like, I don't know. It was just kind of racing arena cross and being in that series and the connections there. So I think in order, really, if for all the young people coming up, I would say is you have to be keeping racing. Get the old man or your guardian to get you on the bike and race, not just practice. Practice is no good, really.
Yeah.
You'll learn fundamentals, but you need to be on a gate drop, just like your picture taking skills.
Was it just like a German guy, just like at the arena cross? It's just like, hey, you, come over to Germany.
No. My good buddy, Cole Siebler, he actually took his time to invest in me a little bit, so worked out that way and had me come over to Germany.
What's the fans like over there compared to American racing over here? Is it pretty crazy, or are they tame? Like,
it's a bit different there, right? It's a bit different there. The stadiums are hockey arenas, so they're super tight, and you can hear everything. Everything's just echoing, and it's bonkers, really, just bonkers. So the hype is unbelievably real. I can't say that I didn't get in a little catastrophe or here and there, and a couple of fans jumped out of the stands.
What?
They do that. They're absolutely crazy. So I definitely have some crazy stories on that.
I gotta hear it. Give me one.
Right? No, there was it was a funny one. One of the American racers, he wasn't happy on the move that I had pulled on him or something like that to win, and one of his fans or something other jumped out of the sand section like, it's on like Donkey Kong and whatever his German deal. It was pretty funny. Good little kick out of it,
The Whoop Monster hopped on a plane from Millville, coming out to come attack you from the bear.
Oh yeah. You got to be careful of those things.
So
dangerous.
We don't really have supercross tracks or any of that kind of stuff in the Northwest, really. I know, we have Salem Arena Cross, we had Clark County. They're not really kind of like the same level as the arena cross stuff you did. How did you get in that comfort zone and get training and whatnot to be as good as you are on a supercross track?
The best move, I think, and I have to thank my parents completely. It's really just moving away from where you're at in the Northwest. It's sad that it is, but you don't see many people coming back from the Northwest who are being up on top. You have Ryan Volpoto, and now I'd say like the young bucks that are coming up, like a Carson Brown or a Levi Kitchen and stuff. But you always find them and myself leaving the state that we were in. So you got to go south, you got to go east where it's good land, dry dirt, and a good facility. You need a training facility that's just going to be grind time 24/7.
Yeah.
I think that's key.
Any specific trainers that you really used, or any pro riders that you looked up to that helped? Because I know Levi Kitchen, what he did for Loretta's this year was he hung out with Kevin Windham a lot, and he was doing all that training and whatnot. And then I think
Club
MX, I don't know if I'm right or wrong. I'll have to reach out and ask him. What was it for you?
Yeah, no, I don't know. Dude, we have so many different variables, but I think where I was working in California, I think that was my last thing. I had a team there, ATP Suzuki, actually. It was in California, and I was just based pretty much out of their shop, and it was working pretty well for me. And everyone has their different deals, you know what I mean? I was working with my fill-in guy, and it was Max Anstey, a British guy, and I also have a trainer on site. So, it's just what you gel with, that's kind of whatever you want to spend your money on, man, if you look and you got to really resource that stuff out.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, when I was riding growing up, it wasn't really I don't know if it was just like trainer. I know Carmichael kind of changed the game with training and whatnot with Allen Baker, but now we have all these trainers, like including yourself in the Northwest, like just the importance of that. I've seen so much progression in kids, like Tommy Week has done so much to like teach like the different
Yeah, he's
standing
another good
techniques.
one.
So I just think it's so awesome
Yeah.
that like you guys even, you're giving back to the community when you're not racing and you're helping all these youngsters be just like you, because like we're all cheering for you guys and we look up to you.
No, it is so awesome. It's good to see that too, and we'll just do it for everyone in the community. Right.
When we're talking about sponsors, I know I'm bouncing all over the place. We've been going pretty quick through this podcast, just like you're racing.
Right.
How do you get sponsors? Like, what was your way of navigating to get people to pay for you to go do what you love?
Oh man, what I tell people who are coming up, and the way that you need to represent yourself is going out there and really putting your mind and telling them and expressing yourself that what you are doing, and what you're trying to do, and how much you love what you're trying to do. So my main thing is like, go to school, get your education so you can really represent yourself the best way as possible.
Okay. And then I know you told me a story last time we tried to re-record. You're just knocking on doors and people, like trying to get like Girl Scout cookies or something. I was kidding, but
Yeah,
you're knocking on
none of
people's
that.
doors.
None of that, but yeah, for sure. Yeah. No, knocking on doors. And it also comes with like an education, because I had to have like a proposal and a resume and stuff like that. So I did the dual enrollment for high school, like in high school, so you can get some college credits as well, and did that. Had like a speech. I think I got some credits in just representation and speech stuff like that. So that kind of helped me get to where I'm at, and it's just kind of helping me pluck some sponsors, and I'm trying to advertise for my community as well. So I think it just works hand in hand.
Yeah. Hey, did you? I don't know if you listened to the latest Pulp MX show. They had Kevin Moranz, I believe that's his name, or Moranz or something. He's a privateer rider. Just speaking about sponsors and whatnot, he's doing this cool thing where like he's got a Patreon, and if you pay like a certain amount, like you can do a helmet wrap with your sponsor and whatnot for a race, or you can have your name on his fenders. Have you thought about doing any of that kind of stuff to help you get to the races?
That's pretty cool, dude. No, I don't. I'm not. I can't do that because I was representing a certain company. But
okay.
But what I am doing locally is that I have a shroud sponsor location available in a bunch of different spots that are up for pricing. But it really just works on the events that I'm going to be hitting, and I can't really touch base on that too much. But we do something that's a little bit similar.
Okay.
Just kind of trying to get our companies locally out of there. You know what I mean? So that's what's best.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought that was pretty intriguing and an interesting way of going about like getting your name represented and also helping privateer riders. Because I mean, the journey is not easy for you guys. They talked to Bobby Piazza, Steve did, and the dude was literally sleeping in his van with his girlfriend and his dog at Indy for the whole 7-day adventure in the snow. Have you had that moment where you've literally been camping out in your van for a race?
That's pretty gnarly, dude. I haven't had that crazy of a moment, but we camp in our van. We're so dedicated to the sport, man, and we like, I wouldn't say go broke for it, but pretty much we would. That's kind of what they're talking about. I don't know if I would take it to that extent. I would go get a job, but I definitely have my own van, and we camp out and go to racing too. So makes it for a fun time.
Just get that temporary Subway job there, makes a couple sandwiches, so you're good for the weekend.
Right. Yes, I love it.
I got a couple of the last couple questions here before wrapping up. Is there any like pro riders that you looked up to that really like made an impact?
Oh man, yes. The people who I've been watching, but I don't know many. So I came into the sport a little late, and I wasn't really good at the amateur stuff. But I got introduced to James Stewart way back in Loretta Lynn's in 2003, and he's always been my guy to follow. But I don't know, I don't have the skill that he does. Other than that, no, I don't. I follow Jake Weimer. He's from Idaho, where I'm from, and that's kind of the main people that I looked up to. But nah, man, I'm just kind of like going with it in this racing. It's been pretty fun.
Have you ever been to Stewart's compound?
No, that is a dream, and I hope it comes true by the end of my career. That's for sure.
I'm sure we could figure something out. Maybe we could just like blast Chase Sexton or AC and figure out a way, or even Malcolm. Like Malcolm seems like a nice guy. I mean,
yeah, he does. We gotta see what's up.
I mean, if a fill-in spot opens up on Star Yamaha, we know that you're really good on Yamahas, and you know they seem to have like a bajillion bikes. So I'm sure there's a number 89 like in the back for you already that you just don't know about. So I think we could get this going for you.
Yeah, I'm on a mission, man.
All right, Ryan. I'm out of questions. You got anything for me?
No, I like it. That's cool. It's been cool having me on, really.
Yeah, we'll have to talk more. Oh, this is my last question for people that want to know once you're healthy again, because I know you had that knee injury. What's the main goal for 2021 and then mainly just 2022?
No really goals since I'm not racing, but I'm just trying to get strong, and also if you know anybody who needs coaching tips up this way up in the north, hit up Ryan Breece. So I got Ryan Breece Racing, and that's kind of like my coaching deal. And yeah, shoot me the call.
Awesome. Is your website ryanbreeceracing.com?
I don't even have a website. I'm kind of working on it right now. I really just been working on like booking through the event that they're going to go to.
Okay.
So, if there's people up north, tell them, hey, Ryan Breece is the guy.
All right. I will make sure that all my gate drop riders, including everyone in the Northwest, hits you up. I mean, I don't know if you saw on my Instagram or Facebook, I rode a Yamaha this past Saturday, and I almost won in the beginner class. I was killing it there.
Nice job. That was cool. That's so awesome.
I might need some training now because you could tell those elbows were not up.
I know it. Let's get you a session, man. Come on now.
All right.
Well, thanks for your time,
Ryan.
buddy.
Hey, Thanks for your time. I know it's been a while, and I hope everything goes well, and I will see you soon.
Yep. And you as well, man. Hopefully this world opens up. We can be free again.
Yes. All right.
Cheers, buddy.
That's Ryan Breece. This is the Gate Drop Pro podcast. This is Steven Christoph signing out. Thanks, guys, for listening to the first ever Gate Drop Pro podcast. We're going to be doing more of these podcasts and talking to tons of legends and racers in the Northwest. I have a large list of riders that I'm going to talk to, get to know their story, privateer life, factory life. Stay tuned. Make sure to click and subscribe to Gate Drop Productions on YouTube and everywhere else, at Gate Drop Pro on Instagram, Gate Drop Productions on Facebook, and www.gatedropproductions.com.